Okay, so you want to know what it's like to solo travel. And by solo travel, I mean travel solo, which is traveling by yourself. Okay, so you've probably heard about solo travel before. You've probably heard it mentioned by someone, or you've seen it in like a YouTube video or something. I think everybody's come across somebody who has gone traveling by themselves, right? If you haven't heard of it, it's basically just traveling by yourself. So going to a different country or even a different city, I guess, just by yourself. So just you, not your friends, not your family, just you. So to put this into context, I was in Asia for about 5 months. I spent 4 months of that as part of my studies. So when I was there, I was able to travel with a lot of friends and a lot of people I met along the way. But then once I finished, I had 1 more month before I was to go home. So I decided I'm going to do this month by myself. So this was something I wanted to do from the very start, and I said I would do. So what I did was I tested it throughout the 4 months that I was there with other people. So for example, I went to Siem Reap for 4 days by myself. Yeah, I wasn't too sure if I was going to enjoy it, so it was good to get that like 4 days to see would I enjoy it before embarking on 1 month by myself. I'm going to give you some pros and some cons of solo travel. Okay, so pro number 1. The freedom you get from solo travel is so worth it. So, for example, when you're in a group and you're traveling, it's often obviously really fun. It's great to have your friends with you, your family with you, or whoever you're going to be with. But what I've found from any times I've gone with people is that a lot of the time was wasted. Maybe there was a divide in the group and 4 people wanted to go to this place and 4 people wanted to go to the other place. With those kind of divides, I just looked back and realized the amount of time that we spent. For example, we'd get up in the morning, we'd spend like an hour sorting what we were going to do, and then we'd spend another hour actually going to do it. In a little island near Indonesia, we were there for 4 days. And I remember one day distinctly waking up, and we didn't really have much of a plan. We kind of had an idea of something we'd like to do, but we got up, decided what we were going to do, which took us maybe 30-40 minutes. And then once we decided what we were going to do, we had to decide how we were going to get there and how we were going to do it. So we were going to go to like this water park, right? So it wasn't a touristy area that we were staying in. So there wasn't any tours advertised, so we couldn't get a tour, right? The people at our hostel didn't really have much English, so we couldn't even explain to them where we wanted to go. We would show them on Google Maps, but they just didn't understand, right? So cut to the straight of it, basically we spent another 40 minutes then like trying to find a taxi or someone who could basically bring us. So if you look at that in total, that was almost 2 hours of the morning just spent deciding what we're going to do and where we're going to go. Whereas if you're by yourself, I think it's a lot easier because you wake up and you make a decision and you don't have to take anyone else into account. You just think, what do I want to do? And then you go do it. And then once you know what you're going to do, that's probably only going to take you 5 minutes to opposed to 40 minutes when you're with other people. And then, of course, you obviously have to spend the time to figure out how you're going to get there, how you're going to get back. The point being, you get freedom in every decision. So you get freedom in where you want to go, where you want to eat, if you want to sleep in, if you want to get up really early, if you want to do a sunrise, you want to go to a sunset. You want to stay at this place, not this place. Okay, so point number 2 is that you will meet a lot more people. Or for my case, I just made a lot more friends on the month by myself than I did on any other trips when I was with people. So what I found anyway was when I was traveling in a group, I was less inclined to talk to people, say, at our hostel. So I found myself putting less effort into talking to people and meeting people because I already had people I could talk to. So if you already have a pool of friends, you don't have that necessary motivation to meet more people and make more friends. But when you're by yourself, that's when it kicks in. You're going to be a little more inclined to be really nice to people and interact more because it's nice to maybe spend 2 days with someone else. Okay, so I could give you so many points on why solo travel is so good, but I'm just going to keep it to 3 just for this video. So point number 3 is the confidence that you will gain. Right? So for a lot of people, it's a scary thought, having to book accommodation by yourself, book your flight, get to the airport, get taxis, get buses, do tours. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's very scary. I know the first time I went anywhere by myself was when I had just finished my leaving cert. I was 18 and I went to Paris by myself. I was meeting my sister there, but I had to get to the airport, get the flight, and then get to her place by myself. And for me, that was huge. I remember coming out of the airport on the other side, like I didn't have any French, so immediately it was kind of like, oh wow, like what am I gonna do, man? But then once I got through it and spent the day getting from my house to her house in a different country, wow, man, the confidence booster I felt, like I felt $1 million, a king, like it was crazy. So if you're doing that for a longer period of time, like I did it for a full month, and almost, I would say, after like 2-3 days, you just get so used to it. So at the start it's a bit scary. After like 2 or 3 days, it was like, this is nothing. Like I felt, oh, I could do this all day, you know? This is normality then. You'll develop such a level of confidence because you have to go out and meet people. You have to book stuff for yourself. And basically, like, you have to do everything for yourself. If you want your clothes to be cleaned, you've got to go to the laundry place and get them cleaned and pick them up. If you want to go to a different country and you want to stay at that hostel, you've got to go book that. Nobody's going to do that for you. In short, you will gain so much confidence from traveling by yourself. I know it can be very scary. You're thinking, what if something happens to me? Will I meet people? Will it be lonely? What if I don't like it? But I think it will develop you as a person, because once you come out of that, you'll see how you dealt with it. And in most cases, you might go through a period of loneliness where it's, you know, it's not so good and you're just kind of by yourself or whatever, and you're a bit down maybe. But then after that period, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like so good because you went through that. You stayed by yourself and you got through it, you know? That's something to be proud of. Okay, so I could talk about the pros all days, but yes, I will say some cons. Now these are, I think the pros are like up here and the cons are down here in terms of like their severity. The pros are so good and the cons are just little things that just to watch out for, right? Okay, so like I mentioned in my last point, you might get a little bit lonely, okay? And that's okay, man, that's okay. Everybody gets lonely. It's natural. If you're by yourself, traveling by yourself, you know, you could be spending a full day on a flight by yourself, you're spending the next day on a boat. It's normal to get lonely. Don't worry. Don't worry. But the best thing you can do in this situation is just push yourself to talk to people. So that's why hostels are such a great idea. I would always stay at a hostel when you're traveling. Unless you want some privacy, that's different. But if you're a little bit lonely, man, go to a hostel. 9 times out of 10, there will be like a common area in your hostel. And in that common area, you can just meet loads of people. Whoa, I think hay fever's kicking in. So in that common area, you're gonna meet so much people. Okay, so con number 2 is that you've got to be more aware of what's going on around you, and you've got to be more aware of yourself. And so what I mean by that is, when you're in a group, it's easier to go from point A to point B quite easily, because when you're in a group, you obviously deter certain dangers. If someone's looking to take advantage of you, they're not gonna go after a group, you get me? For example, it's easier to rob 1 person than 5, okay? So, you've got to be extra careful. A simple thing, keep everything really close to you. Wear a money belt, a fanny pack or bum bag. If you have a camera, put it around your neck with the strap. Money, keep that really tight to you. Maybe wear your backpack in front of you so that, you know, you can see it at all times. So these are just little things that you can do to, you know, just make sure you're okay. It might seem like a big kind of deal, you know, but after a couple of days again, you'll get used to that, and like you'll just wake up and you'll put on your money belt and like ready to start your day, man. You just gotta take care of yourself when you're by yourself, because you've just got you to protect yourself. You don't have your friends, just you. It's all on you, man. It's all on you, okay? I don't even have a third bad thing to say about solo travel, because to me, solo travel is amazing. Like, I think you'll find out so much about yourself. You will develop as a person, you will develop more confidence. I think you'll just feel more like grounded in the world, because you know you can go places by yourself, you can do stuff by yourself. I've really developed a lot of confidence from that. So yeah, I'm gonna end this with me telling you to solo travel, to travel by yourself. I think everybody should try it at least once. I know it can be scary. I did it for 1 month and it really, like, yeah, I guess it changed my life. Like, I met so many cool people from it. I saw so many cool places, did so much more with my time. I developed, as I said, confidence in myself, and that I was actually able to do stuff and do it by myself, didn't need a group. So yeah, that is it. I hope you enjoy this sunshine here we have today. I hope it's sunny where you are. I hope it's not cold, 'cause cold is, it's not nice. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe, like, leave a comment, hit the bell, you know, to get notifications of my videos and stuff. Have a good one. Peace out, my dudes.